Jag har en åsikt som jag vill uttrycka. I have an opinion that I want to share with you. If we pretend that I have someone to talk with right now, but that is you. And the question is, how can Jesus be God? And based on that, the question is only if Jesus says that he is God and that you should praise him like he is God, and that it has to be in the Bible and it has to be in the red text, the words that Jesus says. Then I want to counter that question with, do you know who I don't know the word in English, but in Swedish it's avgud. It's a non-god. It's a god that is not the creation of heaven and earth. I don't know if you have that word in your language, but if you think about Thor, the god of lightning, he is not a creator of heaven and earth, and he does not claim to be holy. And if we go through the list of all of the different gods, we have even gods that are made of stone. And even Vishnu is a god and everything like that. And those gods in English, we don't have this word that it is a god, a non-god. Like in Swedish, we say it's a non-god because it's not the creator of heaven and earth. So from now, I will call every god that is not God, I will call it a non-god. I don't know the word. So Thor is a non-god. He's a god of a different religion. He did not create heaven and earth. And Thor's father is Odin, and his brother is Loki, and those three are non-gods, and they have more gods in their religion. But none of those gods are holy. They do not claim to be holy, and they did not claim to create heaven and earth. Odin did not claim to create heaven and earth. And Vishnu does not claim to create heaven and earth. Only the God that created heaven and earth is the only one claiming to create heaven and earth. And even if you go to the Greek gods, none of those gods claimed to create heaven and earth. Kronos did not claim to be holy. He did not claim to create heaven and earth. Gaia did not claim to create heaven and earth. Gaia is the earth, and she was created by Kronos. So Kronos created the earth by creating Gaia, but he did not also create the heavens. So Kronos should be God in that regard, the same God as God, creator of heaven and earth. But he is not claiming to be holy, and he is not claiming to create everything. Therefore he is not the same God as my God that created heaven and earth, and that is holy, holy, holy. So every God that is not the creator of heaven and earth, and is not holy, 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 is a non-God. In Swedish we say it avgud. It's a non-God. It's not a God. But all of these is still called gods, right? And if we now speak to the Muslims and we speak about Allah, Allah does not claim to be holy, holy, holy. And he does not claim to have created heaven and earth in the Quran. So therefore he's a non-God. He's not the God that created heaven and earth. It's not the same God. It's a different God. It's a non-God. And even if Allah is the exact same God as the one that created heaven and earth, he could still be a non-God like Kronos, that gave birth to the earth and gave birth to the heaven, like a woman giving birth. And that would still be a non-God. So I cannot see any proof that Allah, the God Allah, is God, the creator of heaven and earth, in the Quran. But if you know the place where Allah created heaven and earth, you can just comment the verse and I can see it. I can Google it. From what I have found thus far, I have not found it. I have not found that Allah is holy, 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 or that he created heaven and earth. Therefore, he's a non-God. Just like Thor, just like Loki, just like Gaia, just like Vishnu. He's a non-God. He's not the God. He's not creator of heaven and earth. Now, if Jesus would say, I am God, and you should praise me, he would automatically become a non-God, because he would not be the creator of heaven and earth. So if Jesus says, I am God, he would be automatically a non-God. He would not become God by saying, I am God. He would become a non-God. You hear me? Everyone that says, I am God, would become a non-God, because they do not claim to be holy, 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 and they do not claim to create the heaven and the earth. That's a non-God. So, based on that, Jesus would be a non-God if he said that he is God. Jesus doesn't say he is God. He says the name of God that created heaven and earth. God that created heaven and earth spoke to Noah, and he spoke to Abraham, and he spoke to Jacob and Isaac, and he spoke to Moses. And this is a line of people that is in the same birth line, the same father birth line. From Noah to Abraham, the same birth line. It's not different people from Noah. Abraham comes from Noah, and Isaac came from Abraham, and Jacob came from Isaac. It's the same birth line. And Moses came from Jacob. It's the same birth line. He's speaking to a specific people. God is picking out a people out of all the 70 people that existed. He's taking away one people from the earth and saying, no, you should not be like all the other. You should be mine. So he's taking Jacob out of the earth and saying, you're mine. You should not be like others. You are mine, only mine. You cannot listen to any other non-God, only to the creator of heaven and earth. But now Moses says, a son of Jacob, a son of Israel, he says to God, how can I show that you, God, that's speaking to me through a fiery bush, is not a non-God? How can I show to Israel, the people in Egypt, the son of Jacob, the son of Abraham? How can I show them that you are the God, the creator of heaven and earth, that is holy, holy, holy? How can I show this? And God says his name, and his name is I am. In every single language you can say I am. And if you say I am, then you are cursing the name of God by saying I am something. So if I say I am beautiful, I'm misusing the name of God. This is the first commandment of the book of the commandments of Moses. Do not misuse the name of God, I am. So the Jews, the Israelites, the people of Abraham, the people of Jacob, they do not say the word I am in any context. They do not say I am beautiful, I am strong, or I am wise. They do not say this because this is misusing the name of God. And they do not say God's name because this is misusing the name of God. They say the word God, just as we in Swedish say God, but this word God is a non-God. You see? So when you say just the word God, it's automatically a non-God. Because God's name is I am. And the word God is a non-God. That is not God. So if Jesus were to say, I am God, he would become a non-God. But if Jesus says, I am, then he is claiming to be God. So now for every Muslim that is asking, does Jesus say, I am God? If Jesus said I would be God, then he would be a non-God, automatically. He would be Thor or Odin. He would be God.